Welcome to this bite-sized edition of Look Behind the Look, where I'll be diving into some of my favorite hair, makeup, and style moments in film history. For our first edition, let's have some fun diving into some lesser-known but nevertheless juicy tidbits from the 80s classic Pretty in Pink.
No, this is a really volcanic ensemble you're wearing. It's really marvelous.
Volcanic?
Are you Team Blaine or Team Ducky? Either way, we can all agree that few movie characters can match the iconic style of Jon Cryer's Ducky Dale. Costume designer Marilyn Vance deserves major props for creating a wardrobe that was not only complex and timeless, but also perfectly conveyed the deeper themes of the film. Convincing Jon Cryer to fully embrace Ducky's eccentric style was no easy feat, but thankfully, he hopped on board and the rest was fashion history.
I really, really liked Howie Deutsch. And Howie and John had a kind of, they were synchronized. And I just love it because reading John's script, the movie was already filmed in my head because it was so there, the characterization.
Got a great costume designer by the name of Marilyn Vance, who gave everybody a tremendous amount of help on their characters. She worked with the actors on the costumes, but she already had a really strong idea of what was going to happen with them. And she helped me tremendously. I mean, I sort of pictured my character a lot darker and a lot more, sort of the leather jacket, sort of tough type, which I'm not really a leather jacket tough type.
She was very ignited by the project. She loved the kids. They loved her. And they would go out and spend endless hours in flea markets or thrift shops or places where they could find stuff that was unique to their personality or express what they were trying to go for. Ducky wearing those white shoes that he did to the prom, or his hats, or his entire ensemble was his identity. And same with Molly.
When it comes to movie fashion, there's one outfit that always causes a stir: Andy's prom dress. But did you know that when Molly Ringwald first laid eyes on it, she totally lost it? Talk about an emotional piece of fabric. While Molly wasn't too keen on the dress and even wanted to torch it, as fate would have it, the prom dress became a symbol of 80s fashion and the beloved movie's lasting impact.
I worked with Marilyn, and she chose so many great vintage pieces, and then other things that maybe we couldn't use vintage because we needed to have multiple outfits. You know, if it was like an important or a long scene, they always have to have, doubles or triples. So everything, if it was either vintage or it was made specifically to look vintage. The dress on the right was something that we had discussed, Marilyn and I, and again, it was not exactly what I had envisioned. And I wasn't really happy with the dress. Now I think it's it's sort of iconic, and it's certainly different, and very much of that time. But at the time, I was sort of miserable, and I took a lot of my clothes from Pretty in Pink, but I left the prom dress because I hated it so much. But now I really wish I had it.
Let's get real here, folks. Blaine, the dreamy character played by Andrew McCarthy, was the ultimate heartthrob thanks to his glorious 80s mane. But here's a plot twist for you. It wasn't until 2021 when Andrew revealed in his memoir that his luscious locks were fake. Wait, what? Okay, well, just in the last scene, but some last-minute changes to the ending and some unexpected reshoots led him to sporting a questionable hairpiece.
In your book, you tell a little secret about that final prom scene in your hair.
Yeah, you notice right there, it's looking really good, isn't it? I was in New York at the time doing a play, and I had a shaved head, and we had to do a reshoot. They wanted to change the ending so that I would end up with Molly, as opposed to the way it originally was, where we didn't end up together. And so they gave me a very bad wig. They flew me out to California, and that wig did most of the work. I looked very forlorn and sad there and humbled. So I did a lot of fine wig acting right there.
Okay, I couldn't help it. This scene never gets old. If you have any favorite Pretty in Pink moments, share them with me. I love hearing from you all. Stay tuned for more, and as always, thank you for listening, watching, and subscribing. You can stay up to date by following at Look Behind the Look on all social platforms. Until next time.